Alrighty guys, so long time no see or no talking. Just doing a quick update. So I have the Pajero back in the workshop. The Merc is in for its 10,000 or 11,000 mile service. It's actually 10,000, but I think I might have swapped the filter out, or 11,000, but I think I might have swapped the filter out in the first like 1,000 or two when I first got the car on the road. So it's 11,000 miles since I built this car, and then the Pajero is in for other work. So I'll just go through the trials and tribulations of it. So in the 10,000 miles, I had that bearing there go on me. What else did I have? I had my power steering fail. So I had the power steering pump fail, and I ended up swapping out the steering box at the same time, even though I didn't need to. I think I was fairly confident it's just the steering pump. So that happened. What else? I had the shutoff valve was a steel aftermarket shutoff valve that fits inside the pump. That failed on me as well. The diaphragm went in that. And trying to think what else. I think that's mainly all I had in those 10,000 miles. And being that it's a new build, maybe you could expect that. I don't know. I had to redo I had to redo the gasket of the automatic transmission. It's still weeping even after changing it, but what I did at the same time was the K1 or K2 spring was giving me trouble. So it was I had to let off the accelerator to get it to change up from second to third. So I changed out that spring. It sort of made a difference, not a huge amount of a difference. So it does rev a little bit higher than I'd like going from second to third, but I can live with it. So that's all the stuff that went wrong with the car over the period I had it. The good things is I'm enjoying driving it and everything like that. It's good and powerful. I was having an issue where I was messing around with the fueling and I was trying to get basically last few PSI of boost out. I wanted to get maybe 1.45 to 1.5 bar of boost, and I was only getting 1.3. So I kept messing around with the fueling and I ended up finding that didn't make a whole lot of difference. So I backed down my off boost until the point where I started losing boost, and I brought it back then just forward a turn or something like that, and that brought it perfectly. So that left it sitting at 1.3 bar. And then my on boost, I kind of upped that a little bit. So what ended up happening was I was getting a lot of black smoke on boost. So what I've done in recent time is I've put in a manual boost controller for the actuator. So I think it's that TD5 actuator, or that Land Rover actuator I used, was opening out the kind of the whole time through the building of boost, venting off a little bit, and that was causing issues. So was making me not get my top end boost. So what I ended up doing was putting a manual actuator or manual boost control in. And that seemed to, I just put that in. I didn't have to, just the resistance alone in that as a base setting was enough to get me my 1.5 bar or 1.45 bar of boost. So in recent times I've lowered down the on boost fueling, and it seems to have made a hell of a difference to the amount of smoke I get very, very little smoke now. And it still feels just as quick. So that's a good thing. It actually feels slightly better to drive when it's not running as rich on boost. I don't know if that's in my head or if that's true. What else did I notice? Oh, the other thing was I found that the coating I'd done in the back arches here, sorry, the car's filthy, it isn't daily use. The coating inside here, that rust buster epoxy mastic stuff that I kind of was loving is peeling off on the inside there. I think it's because it's going over the original Mercedes rubbery coating, and that I kind of was a bit concerned that might happen. Exhaust is fine. I'd like to maybe lift it up very slightly. You can see there it has a bit of a gap, and I do get the odd scuff mark. What else do I have to say? The diff was leaking. I had it out at one point because I'll get through that there now. I've got a new diff for it, and I had this out for that. That's pretty much it, guys, report-wise. It is... since I upped it to 1.5 bar of boost, I keep blowing off this pipe here. So I've actually doubled up my Jubilee clips for the time being. I don't know what to do. I might end up having to... I don't have a bead on these bars, a flare, or these pipes for a flare for getting it to hold on. So I might have to take off both of my boost pipes and put... there's 3 boost pipes, but this middle one I think is okay. The one that runs along the centre here. I might end up having to take them out and just put a little bead on them, so that they're flared in one area, so that it's a better grip when the Jubilee clip goes the other side of it, if you know what I mean. Also, lots of this whole area is the power steering fluid leak, and it actually follows that line across to here. So I think inherently there's an issue in that hard line that goes across. I'm going to clean it off today, and then after that, I'm going to put a degreaser on it, and then maybe power wash it later on today. Put that on, let it soak in. And aside from that, it's been pretty good. What do I have for it? I have... Oh yeah, another thing. The joys of classic cars. This wheel bearing, this brake caliper here. See, I think it's sticking ever so slightly, and it's causing a squeal in my braking. And also, I don't know if it's related to that, but there's also a squeak as I'm driving down the road. I thought maybe it's one of the polyurethane bushings, because I know they can do that. What I have here to put onto the car is I have an Asd rear differential for the car. So that's Mercedes hydraulic locking system. So that should essentially give me a bias of, I think 70% lockup or 80% lockup. So it's not quite a welded diff. It will have the turn of an anti-slip or an LSD. So that's the Asd differential. I need to get new drive shafts or weld up some drive shafts to make them slightly shorter to fit that. Maybe somebody can confirm it, but I've heard that the 4MATIC cars all came with these. So if you get a differential, or if you get a drive shaft off the rear of a 4MATIC car, it will definitely fit that. If somebody knows, I know the measurements that I need to get shortened. It's just it's very unclear information online about it. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, on the Merc. It's driving quickly and it's everything like that. It needs a respray. It's not the prettiest, but it's cool, if you know what I mean. There's a downside to it, which is that it is a little bit embarrassing in modern times to be driving a car that makes so much clattery noise like an old diesel. Because it does have diesel knock and stuff like that you would hear on a cold start up, so it sounds really agricultural when it starts up. And then, and let's say you're at work and you go out at the end of the day. When you arrive to work, that's fine. It's up to temperature. When you're leaving, you start it up and it's clattering and stuff like that. So that's a little bit. You can't be sensitive about it. Basically, you need to just embrace that. But apart from that, it's been pretty good. I'm very happy with it. We're bringing it to France in a couple of months for a holiday, so hopefully it holds up well for that. And now to the Pajero. The Pajero is in to get work done to it. Basically, I want to sort out most of all the rust on it. And I have a full list of different things. I want to install a rear bench that I have. I have a fully resprayed, lovely leather bench to match the front seats there for that. I've got the little bit of rust coming out of the window, so those back windows are going to have to come out. What else? I have the heater matrix. I want to do the heater matrix in the front. I feel like it's weeping and causing a little bit of damp inside the car. What else do I need? I've got a diesel leak from the petrol tank, or from the diesel tank. And I have the bumper. Yeah, I have the rear bumper here to do as well. There's a good few little jobs on the Pajero to do, and I will start at some point. At the moment, I am in out of work education, basically. So I'm an apprentice electrician, so I'm on off the job training. So I'm in I'll be a few months in that, and that lowers my income for those few months. So this will be either what I can do on this, I will do for free kind of thing, or very, very close to free. And what maybe when I come back to work then in 2 months' time or 3 months' time, I will be able to then put a load more money into it. So that's an update. The Micra is going well. I drove the Micra for a week and a half or 2 weeks while I was waiting for parts for this on the steering pump. So it's driving okay and everything like that. There might be a slight automatic gearbox issue in it, so I need to investigate that and possibly replace that automatic gearbox. But apart from that, it's a nice car. I actually really like the Micra. I need to maybe lower it a bit, and I have a set of mini wheels there for it that I was going to put onto the Micra. It just needs the bore needs to be changed inside a little bit. They're good tyres and everything like that. And I think it might make it kind of cutesy, especially if I lower it as well. It might make it cutesy and slightly cool. I also have these sets of Brabus 18-inch 18 by 8.5s for the Merc. I tried them on it when they had tyres on them. It is an aggressive look. I'm not sure I like it, but I think I'll see it through. I'm going to put them in a kind of a Porsche gold alloy, basically colour. That's what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to get them sandblasted, and we'll go from there. Sandblasted, paint them up in a kind of that satin. It's a satin flat finish. I quite like a flat finish on a wheel. I don't like my cars to be overly flashy, or at least maybe the paintwork can be okay. I like the paintwork being good, but I don't necessarily like the wheels being overly blingy. So I will get them in a satin finish, and we'll put them onto it and see how it goes. I might ruin my ride quality because I'm on those polyurethane bushes as well. It looks really aggressive. I'm not sure, as I say, I'm not sure I like the really aggressive look, but it might be nice. And I do know that the Porsche have a similar colour of green, and they match them up with dark gold, and it works well together. They are opposites on the colour chart table, so they normally complement each other quite nicely as well. So a gold wheel might sound crazy, but will look nice against that pale green. Anyway, guys, that is an update on the 2 cars or the 3 cars at the moment, and I'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching. Bye.